He should. Your God should be like super confident. He created the entire universe. If things are gonna go his way regardless of motherfucking. He created it. He doesn't play with dice. He knows how things are gonna turn out. Why is he concerned with my motherfucking belief or disbelief? He's omnipotent. He should have known I was gonna not believe in him before I was even created. Every hair on my head is counted. Every thought in my head. So he knows me better than I know myself, right? So he knows that I'm never gonna believe in him under any circumstances. And why should he care? He's a supernatural, fucking powerful, all powerful being. He's omnipotent. Why is he concerned with? Because I know I'm not concerned with the motherfucking goings on of ants. I'm not concerned with the social fucking goddamn interaction of ants. As long as ants stay out of my motherfucking goddamn way, I could give a fuck about them. Unless, I'm a narcissist or a megalomania who has to go in the backyard and take a motherfucking goddamn, magnifying glass and start burning the ants. And then I'll start burning you ants if you all start getting down and praising me or building fucking goddamn effigies that resemble me. What the fuck is that? That's a megalomaniac. That's a sick fucking person. That's a sick psychology in a human body. Why is it not a sick human, a fucking goddamn psychology in a omnipotent being? Because that really is entirely counterproductive. This idea that somehow, and see, you don't even understand how narcissistic that is. Everybody has to believe in my God in order for me to feel comfortable about my God. I don't need anyone to believe in my God. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to believe or disbelieve. I don't need you to stop worshiping your God and start worshiping my God. I don't need you to do that. My God doesn't need that. My God doesn't give a fuck if, you know what I'm saying? My God is nature. And my religion is reality. My nature that resides in me and the reality in which I live. I have no personal, moral, supernatural God. And really, the word God doesn't actually accurately describe the entity in which I worship by way of study. I reverently observe nature. That's it. Nature is fucking all around you. You can't escape her. She's the objective superior on deck. I am subject to my nature just as you are subject to yours. And the only thing that can get you above this nature is the idea, the delusion of some supernatural God, because he can superimpose his will upon nature. Show me how your God superimposes his will upon nature. Make the wind stop. Make it get cool. You can't do that. So therefore, you can't. You nor your God can superimpose your will upon nature. That's what supernature means, or supernatural means. If you have access to a supernatural God, you should be able to superimpose your will upon the will of nature. And you can make anything happen without cause and effect. If you can't do that, you don't have access to a supernatural power, which is what the word God is derived from, power. You don't have access to that. I have access to a metaphysical power, a power that works outside of the physical universe. It's still nature. There's a metaphysical aspect to nature, and there's a physical aspect to nature. Local and non-local that can be proven by way of evidence. It's still nature. It's not a supernature, it is a nature. So if you can't teleport yourself from one point to another place, you can't break the laws of nature. Because if you could break the laws of nature, it'd be easy. Based upon the laws of nature, you are in flux all the time. So you could use your supernatural will, which you could break, and then be fucking anywhere you want to be. But you still have to operate under the laws of nature. If you jump off of a building, guess what's going to happen? It's not going to be anybody down there to grab you. You're putting God, nature, to petty test. You're still subject to the laws of gravity. If you use the laws of aerodynamics in order to overcome the laws of gravity, you're still utilizing the laws of nature. If you don't adhere perfectly to the laws that govern aerodynamics, guess what? You should come to the laws of gravity and you fucking plummet. The only God you cannot box with, your arms are too short to box with, is nature. That's the only God there is. And she ain't going nowhere. See, when I read this right here, when I read Isaiah 45, 1 through 25, all I see is the only thing that fulfills this metaphor is nature. The only thing that can say, the only force in the universe that can claim this type of power, because that's what nature is, it's a force. It's action upon information provided by a observer. That's force. That's science. That's the Ra. In accordance to the Egyptian science or Kemetic science, antiquated science, that use looser metaphors to describe actual phenomena that occurs in nature. We now have access to tighter metaphors. So, don't push it on my timeline if you don't want to hear a response to it. This is my response to that shit right there. Look, there is but one God and one God alone. That God is nature. Any your personal, moral, supernatural God needs to show that he has the ability to oppose his will upon nature. There's absolutely no evidence to support that. That he is able to break the laws of nature. And nature herself is incapable of breaking her own laws, just like the so-called God of the Bible, therefore metaphorical. So if the laws of nature are intrinsic to nature down to its very, then your supernatural God cannot exist because by his very nature, he would break the laws of nature, therefore breaking his own laws. So, I don't know. Yada, yada, yada.